Hello, I am Manoj Kumar Chaudhary, TGT Social Science, DE Public School Dugda. Now I am going to teach you Class 8 History Lesson 1. The name of the chapter is The Modern Period. For the sake of convenience of study of history, history has been divided into three parts: the ancient period, the medieval period, and the modern period. In class 6, you studied about ancient period. In class 7, you studied about medieval period, and now you will study about the modern period. The modern period started in India after the death of Aurangzeb in 1707. Many events took place in this period, and this period saw the growth and development of European companies like East India Company, like French East India Company, and many others. To study history or any part of history, we need sources of information. For the modern period, we have a variety of resources, a variety of sources of information on which the history has been written, and as you study and we teach. So what are the sources? मॉडर्न पीरियड ऑफ हिस्ट्री को जानने के लिए कौन कौन से स्रोत हो सकते हैं, सोर्सेस हो सकते हैं? उनमें सबसे पहला जो है वो ब्रिटिश डॉक्यूमेंट है। तो ब्रिटिश जब भारत में आए, उन्होंने ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी को स्थापित किया 1600 ईस्वी में, और उसके बाद है धीरे धीरे ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी, जो कि एक व्यापारिक कंपनी थी, एक शासक बन गई और पूरे भारत को इसने धीरे धीरे अपने कब्जे में ले लिया। तो ब्रिटिश डॉक्यूमेंट जो हैं सो बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट सोर्स हैं, क्योंकि लगभग वो 200 साल भारत में शासन किए और उन्होंने समय समय पर बहुत सारे रेगुलेटिंग एक्ट, चार्टर पास किए, जिसमें जो महत्वपूर्ण है 1909 का मोरले मिंटो रिफॉर्म्स और 1919 का मॉन्टेग्यू जेम्स और रिफॉर्म, उसके बाद 1928 का साइमन कमीशन का रिपोर्ट, फिर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट 1935। ऑल दीज एक्ट throw an ample light on the history of India at that time. Then the second source is books. Many books were written during that period, and those books give us a lot of information, just like Mahatma Gandhi wrote Hind Swaraj. Lala Lajpat Rai also wrote many articles in newspaper. Bal Gangadhar Tilak started a newspaper called Kesari. Then the third source of information is letter, writings, speeches, etc. So all these letters written by different politicians, British government officials, and their speeches, they were recorded and they were preserved in the archives, in the libraries. They give us a lot of information. As we can say that Bal Gangadhar Tilak, he gave the slogan, "Freedom is our birthright, and I shall have it." That make very popular expression by the freedom fighters at that time. And then Subhash Chandra Bose also said, "You give me blood and I will give you freedom." So these are the writings, speeches, articles that give us a lot of information about that period. Now the next source is a newspaper. The London Times, Bombay Times, and many vernacular newspapers like Kesari in Marathi, they were published in that time, and they give us a lot of information. Now the administrative reports of the government, the East India Company and the British government publish many reports on tribes, castes, and land revenue, and many types of land revenue systems, just like permanent settlement, Mahalwari system, Ijadari system. They were introduced by the government, and they give us a lot of information about the administration, society, and other aspects of society and the culture and politics of India. Now, internet or databases. Internet or database like Digital South Asia Library and the British Libraries, Oriental and Indian office collections provide us a lot of information. Next, Source is old buildings, artifacts, and the people. The many buildings were built in India, just like Victoria Terminus, that is now Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminal, Gateway of India, Victoria Memorial of Calcutta, Rashtrapati Bhavan. These buildings give us a lot of idea and information about that period. Now the artifacts of that period and many people who witnessed that period, they tell us the story of that period, and that makes the complete history of modern history, and our knowledge is based on that, and we study them and we know about the modern period. Thank you.